It's Christmas Eve. There's been a lot going on in the news cycle. It's about 7:45 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to read something to you from the Department of Justice that they put out on the evening of Sunday, July 6th, the 4th of July weekend. It is an undated, unsigned memo that was put out by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Bondi and Patel. Reading from the memo, it's about a page and a half long. As a part of our commitment to transparency, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have conducted an exhaustive review of investigative holdings related to Jeffrey Epstein. Listen to this memo from July 6th in the current context of what's going on right now. To ensure that the review was thorough, they just discovered 1 million more documents today. The FBI conducted digital searches of its databases, hard drives, and network drives, as well as physical searches of squad areas, locked cabinets, desks, closets, and other areas where responsive material may have been stored. These searches uncovered a significant amount of material, including more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence. The files relating to Epstein include a large volume of images of Epstein's, images and videos of victims who were either minors or who appear to be minors, and over 10,000 downloaded videos and images of illegal sex abuse material and other pornography. Teams of agents, analysts, attorneys, and privacy and civil liberties experts combed through the digital and documentary evidence with the aim of providing as much information as possible to the public while simultaneously protecting victims. Much of the material is subject to court-ordered sealing, meaning it's been sealed. Only a fraction of this material would have been aired publicly had Epstein gone to trial, as the seal order served only to protect victims and did not expose any additional third parties to allegations of illegal wrongdoing. Through this review, we found no basis to revisit the disclosure of those materials and will not permit the release of child pornography. Nobody has been calling for the release of videos involving child sexual abuse. This systematic review revealed no incriminating, quote, client list, close quote. There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as a part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Yesterday, they released a redacted document that redacted the names of 10 alleged co-conspirators. Consistent with prior disclosures, this review confirmed that Epstein harmed over 1,000 victims. Each suffered unique trauma. Sensitive information relating to these victims is intertwined throughout these materials. This includes specific details such as victim names, likenesses, physical descriptions, places of birth, associates, and employment history, such as working at Mar-a-Lago. One of our highest priorities is combating child exploitation and bringing justice to victims. Perpetuating unfounded theories about Epstein serves neither of those ends. To that end, while we have labored to provide the public with maximum information regarding Epstein and ensured examination of any evidence in the government's possession, it is the determination of the Department of Justice, Bondi, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Keystone Cop Kash Patel, that no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. They're not going to release any other materials from the files. This memo is why the discharge petition written by Thomas Massie, Republican from Kentucky, and Ro Khanna, Democrat from California, was authored. This memo is exactly why that discharge petition and the accompanying legislation, the Epstein Transparency Act, came into existence. After thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City on August 10th, 2019. This conclusion is consistent with previous findings, including the August 19th, 2019 autopsy findings of the New York City Office of the Chief Medical Examiner and the November 2019 position of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York in connection with the investigation of federal correction officers responsible for guarding Epstein and the June 2023 conclusions of the DOJ's Office of Inspector General. The conclusion that Epstein died by suicide is further supported by video footage from the common area of the Special Housing Unit, SHU, the SHU, where Epstein was housed at the time of his death. Oh, that video that they put out that had like a minute and a half missing, that had been digitally altered. As DOJ's Inspector General explained in 2023, anyone entering or attempting to enter the tier where Epstein's cell was located from the SHU common area would have been captured by this footage. Again, the 90 seconds or so of missing footage. Okay. The FBI's independent review of this footage confirmed that from the time Epstein was locked in his cell around 10:40 p.m. on August 9th, 2019, until around 6:30 a.m. the next morning, nobody entered any of the tiers in the SHU, the Special Housing Unit. During this review, the FBI enhanced the relevant footage by increasing its contrast, balancing the color, and improving its sharpness for greater clarity and viewability. The full, raw, and enhanced videos are available at the following links. That memo, undated, unsigned by either Kash Patel or Pam Bondi, was released by the Department of Justice and the FBI late at night on Sunday, July 6th, during a holiday weekend. Think about what this memo says relative to what we've learned over the last 4 or 5 days from the Epstein document dumps, which have proven beyond any reasonable doubt that Kash Patel and Pam Bondi both lied to Congress when they testified to Congress last month or the month before. This memo is a fucking joke. And it's just further evidence of Pam Bondi and Kash Patel's efforts to shield and cover up, allegedly, Donald Trump's sexual abuse of children. Our nation, in its infinite wisdom, 13 months ago, give or take, decided to reelect a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, a fraudster, a man whose company had been found guilty of 17 fraud-related felonies in late 2022, who has 25 or 30 sexual assault, sexual harassment, civil complaints pending against him. A man who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 15 years. I don't even know what the fuck to say anymore, to be honest with you. So I'm going to have a brownie bite. A 2-bite brownie bite. Because each one is 2 bites. Merry Christmas, everybody. We did this to ourselves.